moving on, so in today's video I'm going to be talking about how to save money while you're at school. And so this sort of comes from a place of me being in college and being away from home and having to save money, but these things definitely also apply to if you're in high school or even younger than that and you just are interested in saving money or just learning some tricks for when you do go to college. So I'm going to be taking you through some general tips, then some budgeting tips, and then some tips about food. Food is like for sure the biggest guzzler of money for me, so I've got a good amount of tips on how to help you with these things. So let's go ahead and get into it. So my first sort of general tip is to take advantage of your student ID. In college for sure, and in most high schools, your student IDs get you all sorts of discounts around town. I know student IDs can get you discounts at certain restaurants and get you discounts at movie theaters, tons of different places. I know that the Grove in LA, the Grove. I'm at the Top Shop at the Grove in LA. If you show your student ID, you get 10% off of your clothing. Like just for being a student. I'm not sure if it's that way at all Top Shops, but it's definitely worth asking. So make sure that you ask someone at your school or just when you go places, give it a try and ask if they have a student discount. And you know, take advantage of that student ID because when you're trying to go out or you're looking for something fun to do but you don't have a lot of money, your student ID can save you a ton of money in the long run. My second tip has to do with books. Textbooks in college can seriously cost you $400 or more. I mean, way more than that. It's sort of ridiculous. I don't understand how that's possible, but there are a few ways that you can save money. For instance, do not buy your books from the bookstore at your school. That's going to end up costing you a ton more money. They just sell them full price there, whereas on Amazon you can find them discounted. Even like if you buy the used books from your bookstore, it's going to be more expensive than if you buy a used one off of Amazon. So try to stick to Amazon and then save that book, keep it in as best condition as possible, and then sell it back. Don't sell it back to your bookstore unless you have to, because you're gonna get like, if you paid $400 for a book, you're gonna get like 30 bucks back. It's just sort of the way that it goes. At least at my bookstore at my school, it was very stingy. Whereas if you sell it on Amazon, you can get, you know, full price, you know, more than likely, depending on the condition of the book. You can probably sell it back for the same amount that you bought it for. Even if your school has a special edition of the book, just buy the book and then ask someone who has the special edition if you can look at those pages. When I had to do that, I noticed that I barely used the special edition pages. It really wasn't important, and I wish that I had just bought it off of Amazon and saved myself all that money. Okay, so now I want to talk about budgeting, and this is really important when you're at school and you're trying to make sure that you have money for absolutely everything. So the very first thing that I have to worry about during the month is making sure that I have rent money and bill money. For me, I need about between $1,100 and $1,200 for rent and bills. You know, probably closer to $1,100, but I like to have a little bit of extra just in case. So you want to make sure that you have that money right away. Like that's just, you need that money no matter what, because number one, need a place to stay, gonna need my apartment, and number two, I need you know, electricity and water and things like that. Those are just basic necessities of life. And then our second category is food, another basic necessity of life. This one can get a little bit tricky. I normally set aside about $250 for grocery shopping throughout the entire month. That normally will cover it for me. I normally do like 2 big shops where I'll spend between $80 and $100. And then on top of that, you know, just popping in to grab milk and eggs and stuff like that I need throughout the week. So $250 normally covers that for me pretty well. Oh, another tip, if you are going to a grocery store and they have a card, for example at Ralph's, you can get a card and you can get tons of savings with that card. Like last time I went grocery shopping, I spent more than $100, and after scanning my card, it went down to like $83 or something. So it saved me a ton of extra money. So make sure that you check in on things like that, also rewards cards and stuff at places, especially places like grocery stores. But anyway, so I want to make sure that I set aside that money and that it's just for groceries. Obviously, if you're living in a dorm, you're going to need a lot less money for groceries because you only need little things here and there. But you know, figure out what your situation is and then figure out, like, go on one big shop and see how much money you spend when you're buying absolutely everything, and then use that as a guideline to how much money you're going to need to budget away. And And then aside from those two main categories, you're going to want to have a little bit of fun. Everyone gets super stressed out while in school, so you want to make sure that you allow yourself time to have fun and money to have fun. Take advantage of that student ID, take advantage of rewards cards when you're going out. Be smart about it. I know for me, I like to go out to eat a lot. Like when I am with my friends, what I want to do is go out and eat more than I would like to go to a movie or something like that. So that can be pretty expensive, and you want to make sure that I want to make sure that I have that money there for me. And then aside from that, I like to have $100 set away just in case. And the great part about this is that your just in case probably won't happen, in which case you just take that $100 and roll it over into the next month. And that's the great part about all of this, is that if you over budget a little bit, if you give yourself a little bit of extra money, all that money is going to roll over, and then you're going to have some extra money the next month. But you definitely want to make sure that you have that $100 set aside. For example, for me, this month I accidentally got locked out of my apartment and I had to call a locksmith, and that was $75, which was really annoying and expensive for a 2-minute job. But I had that $100 set aside and it was okay, and I was able to use it. Okay, and now we're going to talk about food really quick. I'm going to run you through a tip or two, and then I'm going to give you some ideas of food that's great to just have around in your dorm or in your apartment. So first off, make every penny count for everything in general, but I just have a good example for food, and that's why I stuck it here. So a few weeks ago, my friends and I were trying to pay for pizza, and we were about $3 short. So we all started digging around in our pockets and in our purse, and out came $3 worth of coins. Those were coins that I could have, thrown wherever or like chucked wherever, and instead I had them in my bag and I was able to put them to good use. Even a penny is 1 cent, and that may not seem helpful, but when it's coming down to your 3 cents short, those pennies are going to be helpful. Even a penny is money, however little money it is. So just make every single cent count. Everything is going to help you. Like, those little jars that'll be like, starving college students work here, tip us, But like, you're a starving college student too, so don't feel obligated to tip someone just because starving people are working there, because guess what? You're starving too. You're poor too. It's important that you have that money also. Never feel the need to put money inside those tip drawers unless it was like warranted. Like if someone did a really awesome job and you feel like, I have to give this person some extra money, go for it. But for the most part, just hang on to that money. It's gonna come in handy for you. And now I want to tell you just a few things that you should keep around. Ramen noodles, which I know everyone thinks are super unhealthy for you, because they are. But be smart about it. And I think that you can make these in a microwave, which means it should work also for kids in dorm rooms. Not kids, I'm sorry. People, human beings, I don't know. Inside dorm rooms, I think you can make them in microwaves now. But it only becomes really unhealthy when you pour that packet all over the pasta, with all that sodium and stuff in it. But aside from that, it's just noodles. So think about it this way. A pack of ramen noodles costs 25 cents, so 4 of them cost $1. Inside a box of pasta is about 4 servings, so the same amount of the ramen noodles. That box of pasta is going to cost you $3 or $4, whereas the ramen noodle, $1 for 4 servings. And you can be smart about it. Just add butter and cheese to it. Just add marinara sauce. Just add whatever to it. And don't add on all of that disgusting seasoning, and you're saving money. So try to be smart in that way. And some other great things just to keep around are like yogurt, string cheese, bagels, peanut butter, Nutella, things like that are really easy to keep. They are going to last you a long time, and are great to have around just to snack on. Buy string cheese instead of chips, because 1 piece of string cheese is going to fill you up the same amount as half a bag of chips. So start thinking about things like that are going to be really good to keep around, that are going to keep for a long time, and that are going to be at least a little healthy for you. And then my last tip is to stop paying for water. It makes absolutely no sense. Do not buy big crates of bottled water. You don't need it. Water is free, and they make these amazing things now called water filters. So even if you live in a place like LA, where if you drink the tap water you're probably going to die, they have these great things that filter that water for you. And so instead you can pay $10 for the filtered pitcher and $3 for a bottle for just a water bottle, and then you just got free water forever for $15. I mean, I don't understand why you would ever pay for bottled water. Even from like a vending machine, a bottle of water is $2. That's insane. Stop paying for water. Just go out and buy the filter. You can even just buy filtered water bottles. Water bottles that have the filters in them if you don't want to buy the pitcher. There you go. Done. $10. It's just so much easier. Stop paying for water. It's such a waste of money, and in the end, it's going to save you so much money because water is free and they have things that will filter it for you, so. And the last thing I want to say is don't be afraid to ask for help. I know asking for help can be really annoying. Like, I hate when I have to ask my parents for money. It just really annoys me. I feel like they already do so much for me, and then to, on top of that, be asking them for money. Like, they already pay for my rent and my tuition. But when I don't have money for groceries, when I cannot eat, I have to ask them because I can't put myself in that position where I'm going to starve. And even if you don't have a good relationship with a family member, ask a friend. If a friend came up to me and said, listen, I haven't eaten in a day and a half and I'm starving and I'm not gonna have any money for food today either, I would say, take $10, like go. Even giving, you know, $5 to someone, they can go to a place like Burger King or McDonald's and get food for that small amount of money. And not that I would normally recommend going to a fast food place because it's not good for you, but it's cheap. And when you have absolutely no money, eating that is better than not eating at all. So I know it can be really hard, but ask for help. There's absolutely no reason why you should starve for days and days and days. And that's it for my tips for this video. I hope that you guys found this helpful. If you did, don't forget to give this video a big thumbs up. Also, I have a big announcement. Me and my friend Tara, aka I'm Tara Michelle, are doing a meetup on November 3rd. It's going to be at the Grove at 3 p.m. And all of those are subject to change, all of those details. So make sure that you're following me on Twitter. That way, if anything changes, you're going to know about it. My Twitter handle is @Cimorelli. But I'm so excited about this. I can't wait to see all of you there and to like hug you and take pictures. And basically, we're just gonna like hang out. I don't really know. What do you guys want to do at a meetup? I don't know, what do people do? You just take pictures and hang out, right? That's sort of the plan. So anyway, Tara and I are so excited that we finally get to meet some of you. I've been asked a million times to do a meetup, and so I thought it'd be fun if we did a little combination one. I love you guys so much, and I will see you in my next video. Bye!
Hi. I don't know where I was gonna go with this. Okay, bye.